And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's caught. Puka Nacua. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The numbers for Puka a week ago. 7 catches, 102 yards, and a touchdown.
And he now has 8 touchdowns on the season, and I just know this. He's going to be so eager to run routes in this one and try and get to the end zone at least 2 more times. 10 is a key number. Really signifies that you've had a big year.
And he's going to have a Rams first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. 2nd down and 3. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. 2nd and 3. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Here's 3rd and a few inches. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A handoff for Samuel. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 20-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Samuel. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Another carry for the wide receiver. And it's a fumble. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. And if they can keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And the analysts.
That's perfect.
Following the fumble recovery, Watkins has it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. The first-round pick looking comfortable in this offense. First down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Watkins. He uncorks it for Snead. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Seattle. 43 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it, try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Matthews, the receiver, goes in motion left. Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are on the board first on the road here in L.A. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Still fighting for more. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A big play there for L.A. 45 yards. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks will take over here just shy of the 30. And that was one I kind of saw coming, Charles. You had a free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
Throwing to start the drive. Watkins caught right side at Snead. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 2nd and a couple. Straight ahead, Walker. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Walker with another carry. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Seahawks 1st down.
Running right, here's Walker. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Looking to throw. Watkins over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams 19. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Walker now on 1st and 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still first down.
That false start costly. Moves them back to the 9 now. 1st and goal. Up the middle, here's Walker. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Walker going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run. Walker. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder, and his kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. And the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He'll look to throw. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here's Bryce Behringer now.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Back out now comes Kenneth Walker in the Seattle offense.
It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. And they're going to speed things up here. Operating from the gun, Watkins.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Watkins. He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Now a 2nd and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Watkins airs this out for Matthews. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. 51 yards on the punt there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with our score past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They're leading right now and on the heels of that victory last week against Arizona. 1st and 10 as they start this drive. Third quarter begins with a run by Walker. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. So from the 37, here's 2nd down and 1. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Watkins. Outright to Smith-Njigba. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving the guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd and 6. Snead's got it. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 18. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Rams are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to look deep down the field. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, LA! Puka Nacua, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Rams have got it back to within a score. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Throwing to start the drive. Watkins. And complete to Smith-Njigba. And some room to maneuver. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very solid gain of 27.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And Matthews has it right side. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's second down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
2nd and 5.
He finds Smith and Jigba.
That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot.
First down, Seahawks.
Back to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
All defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They'll give it up to the big man Walker. And some nice running, going to get him down close to a first down at the Rams' 13-yard line. 84 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And the tight end goes in motion left. They'll try for the first with Walker. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
Here's Walker. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown.
Kenneth Walker, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Seahawks are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Jones now on the return.
Now Jones.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
And the Rams now coming out on the field.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Allen! A great play there. 78 yards.
And the Rams have cut it back within a score.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Seahawks offense and Jackson Smith and Jigba getting ready to go back to work.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. And going right back to Walker. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now a run with Walker. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. To the right side, this is Walker. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Watkins. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. That's Drake Jackson burying him and finishing the play.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there. Saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
The offense on 3rd down tonight. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Back to throw. Watkins. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Looking to throw. Watkins. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. A big opportunity to tie it with 3 or take the lead with a touchdown. Their defense definitely did their part with that pivotal 4th down stop. This is 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Now they'll change things up. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. Fights him off. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And he comes back with one complete. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And the Rams are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Williams will score. Touchdown, LA.
Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Throwing to start the drive. Watkins. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
He's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Well, if you've been waiting all day for this Sunday nighter's been worth the wait. It's 3rd down here.
They'll look to throw.
Well, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here we go. This is 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Rams get the football in outstanding field position.
The Rams offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Rams 1st down, and that should be the one that finishes this game off.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
The Rams go victory formation as they take the knee. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break.